तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा। या
नमस्कार, अभिवादन, अभिनंदन एवं सभी को मेरा प्रणाम। और दीपावली का पर्व आने वाला है तो सभी को दीपोत्सव की हार्दिक हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। संस्कार मूल्यों के महायज्ञ की इस महायात्रा में हेमा फाउंडेशन की ओर से मैं अनीता सुशील महेश्वरी, ट्रस्टी एवं क्रिएटिव डायरेक्टर, अभय, जिज्ञासा, प्रकृति प्रेम, आत्मविश्वास की अपार सफलता के बाद पांचवें मानवीय मूल्य आशा की इस तृतीय कड़ी में आप सभी गणमान्य अतिथिगणों का, सभी शिक्षाविदों का और सभी जिज्ञासुओं का हृदय के अंतःस्थल से स्वागत करती हूँ, अभिनंदन करती हूँ, सानुभिनंदन करती हूँ। जैसा कि आप सभी जानते हैं कि हेमा फाउंडेशन भारतीय नैतिक मूल्यों को संपूर्ण राष्ट्र में ले जाने के लिए आरआर ग्लोबल की एक परोपकारी इकाई है। पिछले 5 वर्षों में देश के 20 राज्यों, लगभग 110 शहरों एवं हजारों शिक्षण संस्थाओं के लाखों छात्र छात्राओं के साथ नैतिक मूल्यों की स्थापना के लिए हम प्रयासरत हैं। हेमा फाउंडेशन के अंतर्गत हेम वर्च्यूज अ लर्निंग रेवोल्यूशन, जिसके माध्यम से आज आप सभी लोग जुड़े हुए हैं, एक क्रांतिकारी वेब पोर्टल है। और इस वेब पोर्टल की परिकल्पना का आधार ही सबके समक्ष नैतिक मूल्यों एवं शिक्षा का समग्र रूप प्रस्तुत करना था। 1 अगस्त को प्रारंभ हुए इस वेब पोर्टल ने इतने कम समय में संपूर्ण देश में अपना स्थान स्थापित कर लिया है। और आप सभी के अपेक्षित सहयोग से अब तक हमारे साथ 2,10,939 स्टूडेंट, 3,652 टीचर्स एवं 2,820 विद्यालय यानी कि स्कूल्स, इतने सब जुड़ चुके हैं और हमारी जो हेम वर्च्यूज की एक्टिविटीज हैं उसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं। इससे पहले कि हम संस्कारों के महायज्ञ की इस महायात्रा को आगे बढ़ाएं, आज इस जूम वेबिनार में जिन गणमान्य अतिथिगण, जिन शिक्षाविदों की गौरवमयी उपस्थिति हम सबके बीच है, उन सभी के परिचय से आपको परिचित करवाते हैं। सर्वप्रथम हमारे आज के वेबिनार की मुख्य अतिथि महोदया आदरणीय श्रीमती अर्चना रॉड्रिग्स जी, एक उत्कृष्ट शिक्षाविद, मनोवैज्ञानिक, व्यवहार चिकित्सक, परामर्शदाता एवं मुंबई थाना में डोंबिवली स्थित सेंट जोसेफ हाई स्कूल की संस्थापक, ट्रस्टी एवं प्रिंसिपल है। आप श्री की गौरवमयी उपस्थिति को हम प्रणाम करते हैं। मैम, वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन।
थैंक यू सो मच।
हमारे आज के वेबिनार की विशिष्ट अतिथि महोदया आदरणीय सुप्रिया एपीजी, एक कुशल शिक्षक, प्रशासक और उत्कृष्ट परामर्शदाता एवं रायपुर की श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु शिक्षण संस्थान द्वारा संचालित दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल धमतरी की प्रिंसिपल हैं। आप श्री की गौरवमयी उपस्थिति को हम प्रणाम करते हैं। वेलकम सुप्रिया मैम, वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन। हमारे आज के वेबिनार की प्रमुख वक्ता, जानी मानी शिक्षाविद, जिन्हें 40 वर्षों का समृद्ध अनुभव है, हेमा फाउंडेशन की एसोसिएट एकेडमिक डायरेक्टर आदरणीय डॉक्टर विजयम रवि मैम और मेरी प्यारी अम्मा।
नमस्ते टू ईच वन ऑफ यू।
हम सभी के आधार स्तंभ, वट वृक्ष, जिनकी छाया में हम सभी प्रगतिशील हैं, हमारे बापूजी पद्मश्री आदरणीय श्री रामेश्वर लाल जी काबरा। हम सभी के प्रेरणा स्रोत एवं मार्गदर्शक हेमा फाउंडेशन के प्रबंध न्यासी आदरणीय श्री महेंद्र जी काबरा।
नमस्कार, आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं। धन्यवाद।
कई अंतरराष्ट्रीय संस्थानों से जुड़ी हुई हमारे देश की ख्याति नाम मनोवैज्ञानिक एवं मनोचिकित्सक, कोच, टेडेक्स स्पीकर, फीलिंग माइंड्स की निदेशिका, हेमा फाउंडेशन की सलाहकार निदेशिका एवं सबसे विशेष रूप से ट्रस्टी आदरणीय डॉक्टर चीनू अग्रवाल जी। वेलकम चीनू मैम।
नमस्कार, सभी को मेरा प्रणाम।
जाने माने शिक्षाविद एवं शोधकर्ता, हेमा फाउंडेशन के एकेडमिक डायरेक्टर, यंग एंड एनर्जेटिक डॉक्टर नागपाल सिंह जी।
नमस्कार, थैंक यू सो मच। नमस्कार।
समाज के विभिन्न क्षेत्रों के सेवा उपक्रमों में सेवाएं देने में सदा अग्रणी हमारे देश की उत्कृष्ट सामाजिक संस्था इंडियन डेवलपमेंट फाउंडेशन IDF के CEO डॉक्टर नारायण AB अय्यर। हैप्पी दिवाली सर। आदरणीय श्रीमती सविता शर्मा जी, आप जिंदल माउंट लिटेरा जी स्कूल नागाठाणे की प्रिंसिपल है और आपका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 30 वर्षों से अधिक का अनुभव है। आपने पंजाब, गुजरात और महाराष्ट्र के विभिन्न स्कूलों में प्रिंसिपल के रूप में अपनी सेवाएं दी है। आपको 2018 में AKS एजुकेशन द्वारा बेस्ट प्रिंसिपल पुरस्कार से एवं G Learn लिमिटेड द्वारा बेस्ट गवर्नेंस अवार्ड से सम्मानित किया गया है। वेलकम सविता मैम, वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन। आदरणीय श्रीमती ज्योति काकरिया जी, आप RP वसानी फाउंडेशन ट्रस्ट द्वारा संचालित अहमदाबाद की RP वसानी इंटरनेशनल स्कूल की प्रिंसिपल हैं और आपका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 20 वर्षों का अनुभव है। आपको औरंगाबाद के ऑल इंडिया सिटीजन्स डेवलपमेंट सेंटर द्वारा आइडियल प्रिंसिपल पुरस्कार से और दिल्ली की अवंतिका द्वारा बेस्ट प्रिंसिपल पुरस्कार से सम्मानित किया गया है। वेलकम ज्योति मैम, वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन। आदरणीय डॉक्टर सुनीता सिंह जी, आप माउंट लिटेरा जी स्कूल अहमदाबाद की प्रिंसिपल हैं। आप एक उत्कृष्ट शिक्षाविद हैं जिनका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 28 वर्षों का समृद्ध अनुभव है। शिक्षा पर्यावरण के क्षेत्र में आपने अभूतपूर्व योगदान दिया है एवं कला संस्कृति के प्रचार प्रसार के लिए आपको विभिन्न प्लेटफॉर्म पर सराहना भी मिली है। आपने मल्टीपल इंटेलिजेंस एज अ टूल टू हेल्प स्टूडेंट्स लर्न और मार्गदर्शन एवं परामर्श में सर्टिफिकेशन भी प्राप्त किया है। वेलकम डॉक्टर सुनीता, वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन। आदरणीय श्रीमती संगीता नायक जी, आप विरार की कश्यप किड्स जी प्री स्कूल की निदेशिका हैं। आपका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 21 वर्षों का अनुभव है और आपकी समाज सेवा में भी रुचि है एवं आप इवेंट प्रबंधन भी बहुत खूबसूरती के साथ करती हैं। वेलकम संगीता नायक मैडम।
हाय,
वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन।
एडवांस। हेलो,
थैंक यू मैम, सेम टू यू। आदरणीय श्री जुगल किशोर अग्रवाल जी, आप अजमेर की आर्यन पब्लिक स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल हैं। आपको 20 वर्षों का समृद्ध अनुभव शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में है और आपने इंग्लिश लेक्चरर के रूप में शुरुआत करते हुए एक स्कूल प्रशासक के रूप में सेंटर सुपरिटेंडेंट और CBSE एग्जाम के ऑब्जर्वर की जिम्मेदारी निभाई है। आप स्कूल मैगजीन और पत्रिकाओं के प्रमुख संपादक भी रहे हैं। आपको 2017 से 2020 तक ब्रिटिश काउंसिल के इंटरनेशनल स्कूल अवार्ड से सम्मानित किया गया है। जुगल किशोर जी अग्रवाल। आदरणीय श्रीमती प्रीता पिल्लई जी, आप शेरकी की पोदार वर्ड स्कूल की प्रिंसिपल हैं। आपको शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 20 वर्षों का एवं बतौर प्रिंसिपल 12 वर्षों का अनुभव है। आपको अक्टूबर 2020 में डॉक्टर APJ अब्दुल कलाम अंतरराष्ट्रीय शिक्षक पुरस्कार से सम्मानित किया गया है एवं डॉक्टर राधा कृष्ण सम्मान एवं बेस्ट प्रिंसिपल अवार्ड से भी आपको सम्मानित किया गया है। वेलकम प्रीता मैम।
थैंक यू एंड हैप्पी दिवाली टू ऑल ऑफ यू।
सेम टू यू मैम। आदरणीय श्रीमती सविता नारवड़े जी, आप औरंगाबाद की महात्मा गांधी मिशन संस्कार हायर सेकेंडरी स्कूल वे जूनियर कॉलेज की प्रिंसिपल हैं और आपको शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 19 वर्षों का समृद्ध अनुभव है। वेलकम सविता मैम, वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन। आदरणीय मीनू शेखावत जी, आप चौमू राजस्थान की राघव वर्ड स्कूल की प्रिंसिपल हैं और आपका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 21 वर्षों का समृद्ध अनुभव है एवं आपकी एकेडमिक श्रेष्ठता ने बहुत उत्कृष्ट परिणाम दिए हैं। वेलकम मीनू मैम, वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन। आदरणीय श्रीमती रेणु भट्ट जी, आप सेंटा क्रूज की सेठ आनंदीलाल पोदार विद्यालय की सेवानिवृत्त हेडमिस्ट्रेस हैं और आपका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 40 वर्षों का समृद्ध अनुभव है। आप ऑल इंडिया रेडियो एवं विविध भारती में प्रसारित होते बाल कार्यक्रम जंतर मंतर में भी भाग ले चुकी हैं और आपकी भरतनाट्यम एवं सितार वादन में भी रुचि है। वेलकम रेणु मैम, वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन।
धन्यवाद।
आदरणीय, थैंक यू मैम। आदरणीय श्रीमती तारा शर्मा जी, आप मीरा रोड मुंबई की प्री प्राइमरी 7 स्क्वायर एकेडमी की हेड मिस्ट्रेस रही हैं। आपका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 28 वर्षों का समृद्ध अनुभव है। आपने विभिन्न स्कूलों में बतौर शिक्षक, कोऑर्डिनेटर, हेड मिस्ट्रेस व प्रिंसिपल के रूप में अपनी सेवाएं दी है। श्रीमती तारा शर्मा जी। आदरणीय श्री वल्लभ रमानी जी, आप भारत विकास परिषद के संपर्क प्रोजेक्ट के प्रांत नेशनल वाइस चेयरमैन हैं। आप श्री संस्कृत भारती गुजरात ट्रस्ट के ट्रस्टी हैं और आपने अपने बेटे शहीद मेजर ऋषिकेश रमानी की स्मृति में बनाई ट्रस्ट के ट्रस्टी हैं, जिसने अहमदाबाद नगर निगम की प्राथमिक स्कूल को गोद लिया हुआ है। वेलकम रमानी सर, वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन। आदरणीय श्री टी.एफ. जोसेफ जी, आप तमिलनाडु के तेंकासी डिस्ट्रिक्ट के पूनिया अरुलालपुर हायर सेकेंडरी स्कूल के हेडमास्टर हैं। आपका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 31 वर्षों का अनुभव है। आपकी स्कूल में आसपास के 24 गांवों के बच्चे पढ़ने आते हैं और आपकी स्कूल जिले की सर्वोत्तम स्कूल मानी जाती है। जोसेफ सर। आदरणीय डॉक्टर अवधेश सिंह जी, आप एक उत्कृष्ट शिक्षाविद होने के साथ साथ पनियारा स्कूल एंड स्टूडेंट वेलफेयर एजुकेशन के चेयरमैन हैं और आपकी संस्थान के साथ महाराजगंज की 55 स्कूलें जुड़ी हुई हैं। आप मुंबई की सर JR हाई स्कूल के भी चेयरमैन हैं। डॉक्टर अवधेश सिंह जी। अरविंद भैया, अवधेश सर को मैंने देखा था।
अभी देख नहीं रहे मैडम,
शायद लॉग आउट हो गया।
यस मैम, आई हैव ट्राइड टू स्पॉटलाइट।
ओके। आदरणीय श्री विकेंद्र सिंह जी, आप उत्तर प्रदेश के महाराजगंज के राजकुमार इंटर कॉलेज के प्रिंसिपल हैं। आपका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 35 वर्षों का समृद्ध अनुभव है और आपके कुछ छात्र आज डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट एवं जज के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। वेलकम विकेंद्र सर। आदरणीय श्री रामकेश सिंह जी, आप उत्तर प्रदेश के महाराजगंज की सरस्वती इंटर कॉलेज के प्रिंसिपल हैं। आपका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 15 वर्षों का अनुभव है। आप वनवासी और ग्रामीण क्षेत्र के बच्चों के समग्र विकास के लिए सदैव तत्पर रहते हैं। वेलकम रामकेश सर। आदरणीय श्री संतोष कुमार सिंह जी, आप उत्तर प्रदेश के महाराजगंज के मदरसा अरबिया फैजुल उलम के प्रिंसिपल हैं और आप इस स्कूल में पिछले 8 वर्षों से अपनी सेवाएं दे रहे हैं। संतोष कुमार सिंह जी। आदरणीय श्रीमती संतोषी मुंदड़ा जी, आप गीता परिवार पुणे की अध्यक्षा हैं। आप बाल संस्कार के क्षेत्र में पिछले 18 वर्षों से कार्यरत हैं। आप अखिल भारतीय बाल विकास किशोरी विकास समिति की पुणे की ऑर्गेनाइजर हैं। वेलकम मैम, वेलकम इन हेमा फाउंडेशन। आदरणीय श्री अशोक माहेश्वरी जी, आप एक सक्रिय सामाजिक कार्यकर्ता हैं एवं हेमा फाउंडेशन की प्रचार प्रसार समिति के सदस्य हैं। श्री अशोक माहेश्वरी जी।
नॉट लॉगिन मैम।
आदरणीय श्री राजीव भार्गव जी, आप हेमा फाउंडेशन के एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर एवं अपॉर्चुनिटीज अनलिमिटेड, जो हम हेम वर्चुअल्स में एक एक्टिविटी कर रहे हैं, उसके आप क्रिएटर हैं। हेम वर्चुअल्स और लर्निंग रेवोल्यूशन में वेदों के गूढ़तम ज्ञान को सरल एवं वैज्ञानिक विधि से समझाने वाले वेदों के परम ज्ञानी वेदाचार्य आदरणीय श्री बालकृष्ण दवे जी।
नॉट लॉगिन मैम।
हेमा फाउंडेशन गुजरात के अध्यक्ष एवं जाने माने वास्तु विशेषज्ञ श्री वीरेंद्र भाई पांचाल जी।
नॉट लॉगिन।
वीरेंद्र भाई लॉगिन हुए हैं, मैंने देखा है उनको। हेमा फाउंडेशन की एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर, बच्चों को टेक्नोलॉजी से परिचित कराने वाली क्लोन फ्यूचरा की सीईओ श्रीमती विदुषी डागा। हेमा फाउंडेशन की एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर एवं हेम वर्चुअल्स में एक्टिविटीज के थ्रू खेल खेल में नैतिक शिक्षा का पाठ पढ़ाने वाली श्रीमती हेतल देसाई। और अंत में मैं स्वयं अनीता सुशील महेश्वरी, हेमा फाउंडेशन की ट्रस्टी एवं क्रिएटिव डायरेक्टर। तो ये थे हमारे आज के अतिथिगण, और आइए अब बात करते हैं हम आज के वेबिनार की। मानवीय मूल्यों को समर्पित संस्कारों के महायज्ञ की इस महायात्रा का आज का विषय है रेजोनेटिंग विथ होप, आशा, यानी कि सकारात्मक विचार। आशा व्यक्ति के भीतर ऊर्जा का संचार करती है। व्यक्ति के मस्तिष्क में एंड्रोफिन नामक एक रसायन का स्त्राव होता है, जिसका संबंध खुश एवं संतुष्ट होने के एहसास से होता है। सकारात्मक दृष्टिकोण व्यक्ति के जीवन को बदल देता है। लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन के अनुसार हम जो भी सोचते हैं हम वही बन जाते हैं। दिन भर में जिस तरह के विचार हमारे मन में, हमारे भीतर चलते हैं, उसी तरह की ऊर्जा से हम आकर्षित होते हैं। आशावाद व सकारात्मक चिंतन सोच हमें आशावान, खुशियों से भरपूर एवं हमारे संतोष को बढ़ाते हैं। सकारात्मकता की शुरुआत आशा एवं विश्वास से शुरू होती है, और जिंदगी उन्हीं का साथ देती है जो हर पल आशा की डोर थामे रहते हैं। आशा और विश्वास के सहारे बड़े से बड़े पहाड़ पर भी चढ़ा जा सकता है। सकारात्मक आशा के इस प्रभाव से वैज्ञानिक भी बहुत अचंभित है, और इस पर हुए रिसर्च ये प्रमाणित करते हैं कि आशा यानी उम्मीद के साये में रहकर व्यक्ति अपनी जिंदगी में खुशहाली ला सकता है। आशा प्रकाश की एक किरण है, अंधियारों में चमकता हुआ एक टिमटिमाता हुआ दीपक है जो हमें सतत राह दिखाता है। मैं आमंत्रित करती हूँ डॉक्टर विजयम रवि मैम को इस कविता के साथ कि इस आशा को हम अपने जीवन में कैसे लाएं, कैसे जीवन में हम इस आशा की लौ जगाएं। हमें बताएंगी कि जिंदगी की दौड़ में चाहे थोड़ा पीछे दौड़ो, छोड़ो कुछ भी तुम मगर आशा कभी ना छोड़ो। आशा पर दुनिया कायम है और आशा से जीता इंसान। आशा है जीवन की ज्योति और यही है मन का विज्ञान। हो जाए हवा प्रतिकूल तो उसका रुख तुम मोड़ो, छोड़ो कुछ भी तुम मगर आशा कभी ना छोड़ो। आशा से तो बन जाते हैं बिगड़े सारे काम, और आशा से ही मिल जाते हैं पत्थर में भगवान। हो जाएंगे सपने पूरे, आशा से अपना नाता जोड़ो, छोड़ो कुछ भी तुम मगर आशा कभी ना छोड़ो। क्योंकि मैं वो दीपक नहीं जो बुझ जाऊंगा, मैं वो डूबता सूरज हूँ जो डूबते हुए भी अपना प्रकाश आसमान में छोड़ जाऊंगा। मैं वो रोशनी हूँ जो डूबने के बाद भी फिर चांद के रूप में निकल आऊंगा। बस हंसते रहिए, मुस्कुराते रहिए और आशावाद जीवन में दिन रात में आऊंगा। तो मैं आमंत्रित करती हूँ डॉक्टर विजयम रवि मैम को, रेजोनेटिंग विथ होप।
Thank you so much. Namaste to each one of you, all of you. My pranams and respects to all the elders in the group, and pranams and good evening to all the officers of Hema Foundation, my very beloved principals, teachers, and school managements. Thank you for being here. And namaste, Archana Madam and Supriya Madam, for accepting our invitation. It is a proud privilege for me as part of Hema Foundation to receive you all. And thank you so much, Anita. And that is the reason why they are still here today. The principals had been going through a tough time all along for the last several months. Still, they are holding on to hope that there is a tomorrow. And we must congratulate each one of them, all the principals. Thank you very much. I am Vijayam Ravi from Mumbai, the most happening and beautiful city of this country. Happy Diwali to all of you. Narayan sir has shown Diya. Yes, let the light fill all our lives with hope. And tomorrow is going to be another brilliant day for all of us. At least with that hope, we wake up every day, don't we? So let us keep that hope and get going. I am expected to be talking to you on how to link academic subjects with values while teaching. Now, I had been a teacher. Most of you are teachers. And when we are teaching a particular lesson or a subject for that matter, usually we have certain conditions of completion of portions. And मैं सुन रही हूँ, I am listening to you. Where is the time? Where is the time for us to teach values? Now, for teaching values, you do not have to keep a separate time. While teaching a subject itself, you can teach values to the children without even taking 1 minute extra. It is all there incorporated with every subject in this universe. At least that is how knowledge has been created in this universe. So my job here is to enlighten the teachers who are asking me, I can hear that, how do we link values with academic subjects? And today, the topic, as Anita mentioned, is hope, resonating with hope. Now, resonance itself is a science word. It is very much a physics topic. Those people who are sitting there will understand resonating. Resonance brings around sound waves, vibrations all over. So hope has that vibration all around. And Soch Samajh ke we have taken this topic like resonating, because that is what is very much needed today in the academic sector. Hope is the only thing right now, hope and confidence. They are the right things which are required for the principals, for the students, and even for the school managements, because school chalana has become very, very difficult these days. So let us hope for the best. We do get encouragement like that. So let us hope for the best. Now, before we proceed into the real thing, I want to remind you about one small a real story of something which you might have read. You might have read that in the newspaper or otherwise. It is about something which has really happened in our country, and that has got a lot of relevance to what I'm going to talk, and hence it is important. This happens in a place called let me see, what is it? Gelaur. Gelaur is a very small village in Bihar, very close to Gaya. And there lived an old man called Dasarath Manji. You will get it in Google if you search. So this old man, Dasarath Manji, he was an agricultural laborer and very poor status economically as otherwise as well, a tribal kind of a setup he had. And they both, his wife Falguni and Dasarath Manji, were living there on the mountain ranges. One day, Falguni was carrying the lunch for the working husband, and she was crossing a very narrow ridge on the mountain, and unfortunately, she fell down. And she fell down and she had terrible injuries. And by the time people got her and took her to the nearest hospital, which was in Gaya, which is about 55 kilometers away, by the time she reached there, by the time Manji could reach there to see his wife, she was no more. She succumbed to the surgery, the injuries. And he loved her so much. Only two of them were there. He couldn't stand it. He was not able to fathom the whole thing and why this should happen to poor people. So that was the thought which was going on. And he realized that there were no proper roads to lead to a hospital, which is about 55 kilometers away. So what he did was, he took a chisel and hammer and started hitting on the mountain and started making the road. Now his villagers, the tribal people, all of them ridiculed him, insulted him. Ye kya kar rahe ho aap? So they called him even lunatic. But he says later, after 22 years of constant working single-handedly with his chisel and hammer, he made a pathway road, a road to connect to the hospital directly for the poor people after 22 years. And then he says later in 2007, before he passed away, he said to the people that when my own people ridiculed, that actually steeled my resolve. That's what he used, the word resolve. That resolve is the word which we all need to remember. Whenever there is a sarcasm, whenever there is a humiliation, someone is again hoping against hope. He knows that it is difficult. And he says, then the villagers came, helped me, and we made a road. And even that road is still existing. And in 2016 or so, Nitish Kumar was the chief minister there. He realized, he called him, honored him with awards and all that. In 2007, he passed away in 2007, but his name was recognized for an award. And in 2017, his name is postal stamp में वो old man का नाम आया और photo आया था. And even today, Dashrath Manji is a known name in Bihar, in that village near Gaya. So why I said this was that old man, he was individually doing everything, single-handedly doing everything. If he had thought that as an individual, kya kar sakte hai humko, then the whole thing wouldn't have happened. But he was hoping against hope. He was going ahead, and people, like-minded people, like what Anita said, when you think about something good has to happen, the entire world will conspire to make it happen. And that's what happened for him. And this is something we need to remember. It's a real story, something to think that there is hope around. Now, in our life, generally speaking, all of us have gone through disappointments, frustrations, difficulties. And we might have even thought, oh my, how do I come out of it? There is no way at all. I may not be able to come out at all. This is so bad. We might have lost our dear ones, our partners in life, and even lost marks, money, in business. So much of frustration might have happened, insults, humiliations, but still, we are all existing today. How? It's because of the hope, that small thing which makes us feel that we need to live, we need to work towards, there is something for us tomorrow. And that hope is something which you as teachers need to give your children in classroom when you are teaching science, math, English, such subjects. And that's what I'm trying to convey to you. You know, in Japanese language, there is a word called ikigai. Ikigai, I-K-I-G-A-I. That's a spelling, ikigai. Ikigai actually means value of being alive. So beautiful. Value of being alive. That is a meaning. Now, there's a reason for all of us to be alive. Without a reason, none of us are born on earth. Let us understand and accept that. So that itself is a hope. There is a reason for us all to wake up in the morning. There is a reason for a businessman to do his business. There is a reason for a housewife. There's a reason for a student, reason for a teacher, reason for any working person. There is a reason for us to be alive. And that is the hope. So there is an ikigai in each one. Each one of us has got an ikigai. to live, a value to live. Okay, so let us accept that. Let us go now subject by subject. Let me take you through. The first thing I'm going to take up is science. Now, when we talk about science, I'm a chemistry teacher. I love chemistry. And I do believe that if chemistry was not there in this world, no one would have existed in this world. Haven't you heard? There's a saying, okay, I'll come to that next. What I wanted to tell you was the whole world is filled up with chemistry. You are using your phone or your laptop now, that is chemistry. Your table is chemistry. Your chair is chemistry. You are chemistry. You are made of atoms. You are chemistry. Your world around you is chemistry. The other day I was talking to you, the world is full of mathematics. I'm telling you, the world is full of chemistry today. The whole world is full of chemistry. You wake up in the morning with a coffee in your hand, that is caffeine, and that is chemistry. You go to bed with a good night, saying a good night with a good night. The coil, the mosquito coil is a chemistry. You breathe in chemistry, that is oxygen. You breathe out chemistry, that is carbon dioxide. The body in you is oxygen. Everything is chemistry. Entire thing, your blood has iron in it. It's chemistry. The entire life is chemistry. With such a beautiful subject around you, how is it that most of our students don't like chemistry? Whenever the teachers talk to me, they say, ma'am, ये बच्चे लोगों को ये chemistry सीखने में बहुत मुश्किल है. Why? Because they think that chemistry is full of equations. It is not equations alone. Chemistry talks about combinations. How are these substances formed? Today, I am going to take up chemical bonding. When you talk about chemical bonding, it talks to you that the world around you is matter, and matter is made up of compounds and elements. Elements have small atoms. Dalton's theory talks to you, you know very well. Dalton's theory tells you that the smallest indivisible particle in an element is called atom. And atom has protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons and neutrons are very safely at the center of the atom, which is nucleus, and electrons are revolving around the atom, okay, in certain shells called electrons. Valence shells. And these valence shells, while they are revolving around, what are these electrons wanting to do? The electrons are all trying to find some other electron so that they can pair up. And when they pair up, combination happens. Okay? Vidushi, before we go into it, let us take two first questions on opinion poll. And this is purely chemistry. So you have to talk to me in terms of chemistry today instead of hope. Let's see that. Please. Opinion poll. Yes. First to two.
Yes, doctor. Chemical bonding has a close relation to the feeling of hope. So quickly, already people have started answering, the participants. Is it yes, no, or can't say? All right, just another 5 seconds more. 3, 2, I'm end polling. So Dr. Vijayam, 90% have said yes.
Okay.
Chemical does have a close relation to the hope.
I am happy. I am happy because that is what I wanted from them. The other one?
Sure. The second poll is, the oxygen that we breathe is the result of a dash. Is it a result of chemical bond, a chemical reaction, or nothing like that? Okay, quickly participants, requesting you to quickly fill in your replies. Just click on any one. A chemical bond, a chemical reaction, or nothing like that. And 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm end polling. So Dr. Ravi Vijayam,
yes.
60% have said that it's a chemical bond and 31% have said chemical reaction.
Okay, okay. So here I may need to correct them. Anyway, let us go into it is not a chemical reaction that is happening, my dear friends. It is a chemical bonding. Oxygen is a single atom, and it has to have another atom to it. And O2 is what we call the oxygen that we breathe in regularly is a chemical bonding and a chemical bonded substance. That's what we take in. All right. Let us now go to the PPT. Yes, Hope. Next, please. Yeah. This is something which I wanted to show you. You know, this is an allegorical painting by George Frederick Watts. He says, hope is at the bottom of the box. It actually simply means that hope is within. No one from outside can induce a hope into you unless and otherwise we choose to take up that hope. It is something very much inside. Can we have the other question, opinion poll, before we go to the next slide? It's connected with this picture. It's about love, hope, and some question was there, right?
So there is a screen again in front of all the audience. Hope, love, life go together, said Frederick Watts, a famous British painter who paint ideas. Do you agree? Yes, no, or sometimes. So do you agree whether the hope, love, life go together? Okay, lots and lots of replies, and I'm ending the poll. All right, Dr. Ravi Vijayam, you have a 100%.
Good. Now let's go back to the PPT. Yes, that is correct. You know, love, hope, and life always go together. That's what he proved. You know, he represented the branch of psychology also when he illustrated his pictures, which is called the positive psychology. The positive psychology says that hope is a capacity of a person, you know, a capacity to find pathways ahead. So that is what he was illustrating through his allegorical painting. Let's go to the next one, please. Yeah, I would want you to play this. This is on chemical bonding. And Vidushi, you can stop at 3.16.
Chemical bonding. Almost everything we see or touch in our daily life is the result of a chemical bond. The air we breathe, the food we eat, the clothes we wear, and so on, are all made up of one or more chemical bonds. The world is generally not composed of isolated atoms. Rather, it is composed of molecules formed as a result of chemical bonds. The strong force that holds together the constituent particles, atoms, ions, or molecules in a chemical species is known as chemical bond. The chemical bonds are broadly classified as ionic bond, and covalent bond. Let us discuss these chemical bonds in detail in this module. The bonding which results due to the complete transfer of valence electrons between atoms is called ionic bonding. It is a type of chemical bond that generates two oppositely charged ions. Ionic bonding is observed because metals have few electrons in its outermost orbital. By losing those electrons, these metals can achieve noble gas configuration and satisfy the octet rule. Similarly, non-metals that have close to 8 electrons in its valence shell tend to readily accept electrons to achieve its noble gas configuration. In ionic bonding, more than one electron can be donated or received to satisfy the octet rule. Sodium metal has electronic configuration as 2, 8 and 1. It has one electron more than a stable noble gas structure. If it gives away that electron, it would become more stable. On the other side, chlorine has electronic configuration as 2, 8 and 7. It has one electron short of a stable noble gas structure. If it could gain an electron, it too would become more stable. Thus, the sodium atom donates its valence electron to achieve stable octet configuration. This creates a positively charged cation due to the loss of electron. The chlorine atom receives one electron to achieve its stable octet configuration. This creates a negatively charged anion due to the addition of one electron. The sodium ions and chloride ions are held together by the strong electronic attractions between the positive.
Yes. Covalent, when it comes to oxygen, 2 oxygen atoms will be forming O2 molecule, and that is how oxygen is. We are getting oxygen to breathe. Now, teachers, when you are teaching chemical bonding, you must be teaching them why do elements interact, or why do elements combine, or why do atoms combine to form compounds? This would be a question which you would be asking your students. Now, the single most chemical reason is that atoms want to be stable. And stability comes to them when they attain the 8 electron in the outermost shell. That is called the octet rule. Okay. To get that 8 electrons in the outermost shell, they either will accept electrons or will give away electrons, and they become stable. And that is called the rare gas or inert gas configuration. So every atom in this universe is trying one way or the other to obtain stability. That is a very purpose of atoms combination. All right, this is what you are teaching them. And how sodium ions become a sodium cation, and chlorine becomes a chloride anion, and opposite charges are there, and they combine through electrostatic forces of attraction. This is what you are teaching your students in class 8 or class 9, and in higher classes, this is inevitable. You have to learn it in quantum chemistry. And when you are talking this, you may ask, okay, true, agreed, but how is it related to life? You have to extrapolate this learning of chemistry to life. Man is a social animal. Can any one of us exist alone? We cannot. We need someone. We need someone to talk to, someone to be with us and to make friend, isn't it? That is what we always say. So a friend in need is a friend indeed. There's a saying, no, we need friends. We need friends. We need people. We need relation. So that is all associations. Associations are happening between different people with the different characteristic features. Just like sodium has one characteristic feature, chlorine has another characteristic feature. They do combine with each other knowingly well that they have different characteristic features, and they get bonded. In a classroom situation, you can use role play to teach chemical bonding. You can pull up students to the front area, make them show the union of atoms to form compounds. This is exactly what is happening in life as well. Human beings usually get in touch with others, make friends, knowingly well that they have different features, different characters, different swabhav. Fir bhi, you make association. Why? Why? Why do we make associations with people? Because we cannot live alone. That's not how we are made. We want stability. Why do we work? Because we need money. Why do we need money? Because we need a stability in life. So everything is with a hope of being stable, being in a position. Why do our students study so hard with a hope that they will be able to do a SAT exam or a GRE exam, get away outside into the very promising land of United States of America? We don't know what it is going to be tomorrow, but still they all are hoping that there is going to be a stability in their employment, in their earning capacity, in their conducting life, beautiful life, the way they want it. Okay, so stability is the reason that is giving them hope. And human being lives like a chemical bond. They also revolve around hope and get associated. This is what you can teach to the children when you are talking about chemical bonding. Now let us go to mathematics. When we talk about mathematics, I have taken here numbers. Numbers are the ones which make you smile, isn't it? You ask a businessman. At the end of the audited report, when it comes to his table, the profit and loss statement, when it comes, he will have a smile. When there is a surplus thing, when there is a deficit, his face will be sunk. Ask him about the numbers. Ask the athlete who's running around in the stadium to win a race about the value of 1 second. He will tell you what number means to him. Ask the students who is writing an examination how he has to get so much of marks to get into some other place. So number actually tells you what comes next, what can be expected. This is all hope. So let us see what number sense has got to teach us. Let us see. Vidushi, can we go to the slide there? This we have this. Yes, number system. So, we are going to learn here about natural and whole numbers. The math teachers sitting out there will know what I'm trying to say. 0 onwards numbers are there. 1 onwards numbers are there. What is the difference between them? It's being discussed. And numbers is talking about hope, because they allow you to expect what comes next. After 1, all of us know it is 2. What to expect after 2, we know. So like the other day, the first day of program, I was talking to you about Fibonacci numbers. So what was there? When 1, 2, 3, next one we know it is 5. And next we know it is 8. Then next we know it is 13. And next we know it is 21. So it is all an expectation of what is going to happen. So numbers create expectations. Expectations create an urge to travel that extra mile. And that is the elixir of life, and that is hope. Numbers teach us to be guarded about what follows next. The businessmen, the people, the students, numbers make sense to them. Numbers make their life. Numbers is their hope. Everybody. Let us see what this video has to say about it. Show the video, Vidushi.
Whole numbers and natural numbers. We see numbers all around us. We count population of a country in numbers. We count money in numbers. We find area and perimeter of a land using numbers. We even talk about the position of students standing in a queue with numbers. Natural numbers and whole numbers. We count objects using numbers like 2 girls, 5 roses, 12 balls, and 20 sticks. We use numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on to count objects. So these numbers are called as counting numbers or natural numbers. Natural numbers can be used in many ways. They can be used to show quantity and position. A cardinal number tells the quantity. It answers the questions how many? For example, how many flowers? How many books? Etc. An ordinal number tells the position of an object in a sequence. For example, the red color flower is the first. The yellow colored flower is the second. The pink colored flower is the third, and so on. A special case, 0 is not a counting number. For example, if there is no rows, then we say that there is 0 rows. Therefore, 0 is not a counting number. Now, let us study about whole numbers. This is a number line showing numbers from 0 to 10. 0 is not a counting number, whereas the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on are counting numbers or natural numbers. So, the number 0 together with the collection of natural numbers are called as whole numbers. In this number line, we see that the number 6 is before the number 7. So, the number 6 is the predecessor of the number 7, which is a whole number. Do we have predecessor of 0? No, we don't have any predecessor of 0, which is a whole number.
So here what is happening here is predecessor number and successor number. What follows next is what is important. So this is a very important thing for teachers when you take it, extrapolate it to the life of students, particularly since you are dealing with students. You must be talking to the students who have done really well, but still they have not been able to do extremely well the way they thought. The numbers, the rank in the school, the percentage of marks they get, that may not be as per their expectations. So what actually happens is they go into a dejection mode. So the teachers will have to say, next, there's a time, there's a next time, sab theek ho jayega, don't worry. This is what we tell the children. Someone is there in your life to encourage you, always, be it home, be it classroom, be it your workplace, wherever you are, there is someone to tell you that there is everything theek ho jayega. So numbers is something which is giving you that kind of a hope. There is a tomorrow. And you know, when we talk about numbers, we have to seriously understand that there is no limit for expectation. But then we should also instruct our students that they cannot suddenly jump from 1 to 10. There is a small path, gradually one has to go, and that is what the numbers are teaching. It just doesn't jump from 1 to 10. It goes through all the other numbers. So patience and hard work, and on top of it, hope. That is what is going to take the children to the next level. Now let us, when we go to English subject, what I have taken is the grammar part. When teachers teach future tense, we have 3 types of senses. One is past, the other is present, right now what is happening, and another is future tense. And in future tense, we use terms like will, shall, and be giving, doing, will be doing, going, whatever it is. So what does that mean to the student? Let us see with the sheet that future tense. How does English relate to life? We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. is a statement made by Oscar Wilde, the great writer, which is very, very true. Think about it. It's a poetic language, but even when we fall down, even when we face failure, we always look up. What's next for us? Isn't there a hope? Isn't there a future for me? That's what we look at. And future tense also is an aspiration to future, and aspirations always bring hope, because if you need to reach somewhere, you need to work hard. So that gives you an indication. Yes, there is a hope. Let's work towards that. Let us see what this has got to do. Let's see how the future tense is taught.
Future tense. To speak about the future, you can use the following phrases. 1. Will. 2. Going plus infinitive verb. 1. Use will when you are volunteering to do something in the future, or when you are deciding at the time of speaking to do something in the future. Equal, a decision is made to do an action in the future. Example, okay, if no one else will cook dinner, I will. In this example, the phrase will is used because the speaker is volunteering to cook dinner. Wow, the grass is getting tall. I think I will cut it tomorrow. In this example, the phrase will is used because the decision to cut the grass tomorrow is being made at the time of speaking. Example, will you marry me? In this example, the phrase will is used because the decision to marry is being made at the time of speaking. I am feeling energetic, so I think I shall wash my hair. It has been decided that we are going to climb Mount Everest tomorrow. I shall come with you. We have decided that we are going to enjoy. Tonight seems like a nice night to be outside. I think I shall go for a walk after dinner. Have you thought about what you want to do after college? Yes, I have decided that I am going to become an engineer. I guess I will help you clean the kitchen if no one else will. My car tire looks low on air. I think I will fill them up at the next gas station. The weatherman said it is going to rain tomorrow. Okay, I have an idea. After playing the game, we will get some ice cream. I think my dad said we are going to the beach.
Okay, so the phrase will is coming with an optimism. This is talking something about that will happen tomorrow. True, people say you do not know what is going to be in store for us tomorrow. All philosophical statements are possible with us. That is very, very true. But then the nature of human being is to keep hope always. So the will, shall, everything is bringing you tremendous sense of hope when you extrapolate it to life. You can tell the children that this is what marks what you earned yesterday is okay, fine. It doesn't mean that tomorrow nothing can happen. You know, in every child's life, there's a turning point. When that turning point comes, and mostly teachers are the ones who create those turning points. When that turning point comes, then they will definitely be able to go ahead, work ahead. So that is what future tense has got to tell the students about life. So everywhere in all these three subjects, when you learned, you have seen that the fundamental structure of all these academics is to teach the people, teach the children hope, about optimism, about something which is great going to happen. And in our life also, when we meet people, you know what attracts them, what attracts us to meeting people? If they smile, the eyes, their body language. है ना? When we meet people, would we ever want to make friendship with someone who's so morose, who keeps not a smiling face? We never. So that is itself is a ray of hope. Having association with people, making friends with people, making relation with people, all these are fundamental belief of hope, of attaining a kind of security, stability in life. And as teachers, we all have a great responsibility to bring into the children that wonderful feeling. And as parents too, parents cannot be cribbing upon always on children. Why did you get low marks? Even if he has got 98%, the parents will be grumbling, hey, why did you not get 99? Why your other friend has got this much? No, please don't do that. Tell the parents, be happy, contented with what you have. You can always try. One should be able to compare oneself with one's own performance and not with others. Okay, so this is what teachers like us, we can say. Being the Diwali time, you're all reopening on 23rd, I was told, in many places. When they all come there to your school, please welcome them with a virtual embrace, not touching them. Always teachers are used to touching them, hugging them and all that. That may not be possible now, but welcome them at the door with a smile, with a warm welcome. Tell them that they are wanted. Any human being wants that feeling of belongingness. That's the hope everybody has. Make the children understand that they are all wanted. Now, what are you all waiting for? Go to the classroom, teach them subjects, teach them values, and touch their lives. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you very much for being with me.
Thank you so much, Vijayam Ravi ma'am. हम सभी में आशा जगाने के लिए और आगे बढ़ते हैं हम हेम वर्चूज अ लर्निंग रेवोल्यूशन में जिन बच्चों ने पूर्ण मनोयोग एवं रुचि के साथ हमारी एक्टिविटीज में पूरे तरीके से पार्टिसिपेट किया और उन्हें कंप्लीट किया, ऐसे ही कुछ क्यूरियस बच्चों को हम हमेशा से प्रोत्साहित करते रहे हैं और इन बच्चों को हेमा फाउंडेशन की तरफ से प्रोत्साहन के रूप में उत्सके हम पुरस्कार के देते हैं और ऐसे ही कुछ बच्चे 5 बच्चों को हम हर वेबिनार में सिलेक्ट करते हैं। तो उनके नाम इस प्रकार हैं: पी सुगंधी रेड्डी 9th स्टैंडर्ड, भवंस श्री रामकृष्ण विद्यालय सैनिकपुरी हैदराबाद। अनुश्री प्रसाद 9th स्टैंडर्ड, सेंट अलोयसियस हाई स्कूल बेनाउलिम सेलसेट गोवा। अनुश्री प्रसाद के बारे में एक विशेष बात बताऊंगी कि इस बच्ची को हम दूसरी बार पुरस्कार देने जा रहे हैं। तीसरा श्रेयांश ठाकुर 6th स्टैंडर्ड RRVM मुंबई। चौथा नेहा भोईर SYB फार्मा DY पाटिल यूनिवर्सिटी स्कूल ऑफ फार्मेसी नेरुल नवी मुंबई। 5वीं बच्ची है ऋषिका डेजी रॉय 7th स्टैंडर्ड, भवन श्री रामकृष्ण विद्यालय सैनिकपुरी हैदराबाद से। तो ये थे आज के 5 बच्चे और अब मैं इनवाइट करती हूँ पी सुगंधी रेड्डी को कि हेम वर्चूज में पार्टिसिपेट करके उन्हें कैसा लगा। प्लीज शेयर योर एक्सपीरियंस। पी सुगंधी रेड्डी।
Hetalman, can you ask once?
जब तक सुगंधी रेड्डी आ रही है तब तक आपको एक विशेष सूचना से मैं परिचित कराती हूँ कि हेम शिखर हेमा फाउंडेशन की एक ऐसी अनोखी पहल है जहां देश की ख्यातिनाम हस्तियां आकर युवाओं का मार्गदर्शन करती है और इसी श्रृंखला में 29 नवंबर 2020 को आदरणीय केंद्रीय महिला एवं बाल विकास मंत्री और कपड़ा मंत्री श्रीमती स्मृति जी ईरानी हमारे बीच उपस्थित होंगी। ये बड़े ही गौरवपूर्ण क्षण रहेंगे, गर्व का विषय है। हेम वर्चुअस से जुड़े हुए सभी स्कूलों और स्टूडेंट्स को श्रीमती स्मृति जी ईरानी से संवाद करने का, इंटरेक्शन करने का एक अनोखा अवसर हम प्रदान करना चाहते हैं। हेम वर्चुअस पोर्टल पर रजिस्टर्ड जितने भी स्कूल हैं, उन स्कूलों के प्रिंसिपल्स को ईमेल पर एक लिंक प्रेषित की जाएगी, जहां पर वे अपने क्वेश्चंस लिख सकते हैं और हमारी जो हेमा फाउंडेशन की टीम है वो उनमें से 2 प्रिंसिपल्स और 2 स्टूडेंट्स का सिलेक्शन करेंगी।
ऑडियो रिकॉर्ड भी अटैच कर सकते हैं।
ओके, ऑडियो भी आप अटैच कर सकते हैं। तो जो स्टूडेंट और प्रिंसिपल सेलेक्ट होंगे उन्हें माननीय मंत्री महोदया जी के साथ में मिलने का, इंटरेक्शन करने का सुअवसर मिलेगा 29 नवंबर को। लेकिन आपको अपने क्वेश्चनर जो भेजने हैं उसके लिए लास्ट डेट है 24 नवंबर। 24 नवंबर दोपहर तक आप अपने क्वेश्चंस हमें भेज सकते हैं।
सुगंधी रेड्डी आ गए मैडम।
ओके, सो मैं इनवाइट करती हूँ सुगंधी रेड्डी को कि उन्हें हेम वर्चुअस में पार्टिसिपेट करके कैसा लगा। प्लीज शेयर योर एक्सपीरियंस, सुगंधी।
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. This is P. Sugandhi Reddy of 12th grade from Bhavan Sri Ramakrishna Vidyalaya, Sainikpuri. I came to know about Hema Foundation through school. I was told that I will be taught about various cultural and moral values in a unique way. I was interested, so I signed up for it. And when I began my course, I was happy to see that it is different from the normal courses wherein we just listen to some eminent speakers. Here, apart from that, we are assigned few fun-filled activities to complete and upload. These activities are, they make us more creative. They induce a sense of creativeness, and the thing which I like the most is that for each and every value, few videos and short films are there. The activities are not challenging. While doing these activities, one rediscovers oneself. These activities help me to overcome my weaknesses and enhanced my abilities and creativity. At last, I can say that Hema Foundation has taught me to look at things with a different perspective. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू सो मच सुगंधी। और अब मैं आमंत्रित करती हूँ हेमा फाउंडेशन की सलाहकार निदेशिका एवं ट्रस्टी, हमारे देश की प्रसिद्ध मनोवैज्ञानिक मनोचिकित्सक डॉक्टर चीनू जी अग्रवाल को कि वे हमारे हेम वर्चुअस में पार्टिसिपेट करने वाले बच्चों को मोटिवेट करें।
नमस्कार। सुगंधी ने कितने सुंदर शब्दों में कहा कि वहाँ की एक्टिविटीज चैलेंजिंग नहीं है। हमारा उद्देश्य, सुगंधी और सारे बच्चे जिन्होंने पार्टिसिपेट किया, जिन्होंने हमें प्रोत्साहित किया, जिन्होंने इतने अच्छे से सारी एक्टिविटीज़ को सॉल्व की, हमारा उद्देश्य आपको चैलेंज करना है ही नहीं। हमारा उद्देश्य आपको इन्वॉल्व करना है ताकि आप इन वैल्यूज़ को के ऊपर रिफ्लेक्ट करें, डेलिबरेट करें और इनको अपनी लाइफ में इंटीग्रेट करें, इनको आत्मसात करें। ये वैल्यूज़ जो हैं ये जीवन मूल्य हैं। जीवन मूल्य मतलब लाइफ को जीने के लिए हमें हेल्प करने वाले सिद्धांत हैं, प्रिंसिपल्स हैं। जब आप इनको अपने अंदर आत्मसात कर लेंगे तो आगे आपको अपनी डे टू डे लाइफ को कोप करने में बहुत आसानी होगी। बहुत ही मुझे खुशी है कि आप सबने इतने अच्छे से पार्टिसिपेट किया। मेरी तरफ से आप सबको साधुवाद और आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई। ऐसे ही पार्टिसिपेट करते रहिए, हम सबका प्रोत्साहन बढ़ाते रहिए। हेमा फाउंडेशन टीम आप सबको बहुत बहुत दिवाली की शुभकामनाएं देती है और बहुत आशीर्वाद देती है। नमस्कार।
थैंक यू सो मच चीनू मैम। और अब मैं आमंत्रित करती हूँ हेमा फाउंडेशन आज के हमारे वेबिनार की मुख्य अतिथि महोदया को, आदरणीय श्रीमती अर्चना रॉड्रिक्स जी। आप डोंबिवली की सेंट जोसेफ हाई स्कूल की संस्थापक, ट्रस्टी और प्रिंसिपल हैं। आप डायनामिक स्पेशल स्कूल, सेंट जोसेफ ग्लोबल एकेडमी और सेंटर फॉर लर्निंग की निदेशिका भी हैं। आप शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 22 वर्षों से अपनी अमूल्य सेवाएं दे रही हैं। आप एक मनोवैज्ञानिक, व्यवहार चिकित्सक, परामर्शदाता एवं शिक्षाविद भी हैं। आप शिक्षकों के लिए शिक्षक प्रशिक्षण का भी संचालन करती हैं। आपका संगठन सेंटर फॉर लर्निंग शिक्षकों को विशेष कक्षा, उपराचात्मक शिक्षा और बचपन की देखभाल और शिक्षा में प्रशिक्षित करता है। आप सायन की SIES कॉलेज के सलाहकार पैनल में हैं। आप विवेकानंद संस्थान और भारत विकास परिषद के साथ भी जुड़ी हुई हैं। आपका ट्रस्ट एजुकेयर डेवलपमेंट ट्रस्ट पिछले 10 वर्षों से बौद्धिक चुनौतियों से जूझ रहे बच्चों, सीखने की अक्षमता वाले बच्चों, ऑटिज्म, श्रवण और भाषण में तकलीफ वाले बच्चों के लिए एक स्कूल चला रहा है। आपके स्कूल के अंतर्गत एक नियमित स्कूल भी है जो मुख्य धारा का पाठ्यक्रम प्रदान करने वाले नियमित बच्चों के लिए है। एक विशेष स्कूल जो विशेष बच्चों के लिए है। एक शिक्षक प्रशिक्षण इकाई भी है। आप आगा खान एजुकेशन सर्विसेज इंडिया की शिक्षण अधिकारी रही हैं। इनके ऊपर संपूर्ण महाराष्ट्र की स्कूलों की जिम्मेदारी थी। आप प्राइवेट अनएडेड स्कूल्स मैनेजमेंट एसोसिएशन की वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हैं, जिसके अंतर्गत आप ठाणे, डोंबिवली, उल्लासनगर, कल्याण और बदलापुर के स्कूल प्रबंधकों की सभी समस्याओं का समाधान ढूंढने में प्रयासरत हैं। आप महाराष्ट्र इंग्लिश स्कूल ट्रस्टी एसोसिएशन ठाणे की आधिकारिक प्रेसिडेंट भी हैं। अब आपकी गौरवमयी उपस्थिति को मैं प्रणाम करती हूँ और आपको मार्गदर्शन हेतु आमंत्रित करती हूँ। Respected Archana Rodriguez ma'am.
Thank you, Maheshwari ji. I think that is the most beautiful Hindi I have heard in a very long time. और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका. You spoke so beautifully, and
thank you, ma'am.
This session is something very unique and something different that I've heard. I think when Dr. Vijayam was speaking, every word I was hanging on to, because there was so much to learn. There's so much to assimilate and understand, and a totally new perspective on things. So every new webinar one attends, one gets to learn so many new different things. And today when I'm watching this HEMA Foundation and the initiative, the dream that I've had for education has always been one of moral education or value education, not just giving out facts and knowledge, but building the correct character in the children. Just building the child in order to earn a living is not enough. We need to, there are two types of education. You know, one is where you train the child to make a living, and the other is where the child knows how to live. So rather than teaching the children what to think, it is more important that we teach the child how to think. And I think this initiative that you have taken up for moral education, for values, is doing exactly this. You know, someone once said that values are like fingerprints. Fingerprints are very unidentical. No two people have similar fingerprints. It's the same thing with values. And like fingerprints, values are also left in everything that you do. Whether you are working in your professional life, in your personal life, the different values that you have. And for me, out of this, the most important value as a school educator, as a teacher trainer, is the value of empathy. And I think each one of us, if we realize that being empathetic is the most vital value at this moment, where we are going through such a huge crisis, as all teachers and students, we need to be able to think from the other person's point of view. So educating the mind is just not enough. We need to start educating the heart. Teachers all over need to start talking to the heart of the child, rather than just giving them facts, making them pass examinations. So that was very necessary. And I felt that this webinars which speak about this are very much essential, because teachers need to move from just getting the portion and the syllabus done to a much more a vital role as role models. And when we are talking about hope, I feel schools, all over the world are the beacons of hope. Schools by themselves, the word school itself, I feel, gives out a lot of hope for the future. Like Dr. Vijayam said, future tense means hope. So many things. Numbers means hope, because we know there's another number coming after that. So it was such a very unique way of thinking that everything we do is with keeping hope in mind. So I feel it's very necessary to understand that children have to be taught not what to think, but how to think, how to react in a situation, rather than giving them ready-made answers. Once the character is developed in the child, I think his whole life is successful. Whether or no he knows the facts for the examination or no, but if his character is being developed in the school, then the task of the teachers and the school is done. So having said this, I would like to tell the teachers that they need to be role models. Various anecdotes, various activity-based learnings can be given to the child, apart from, like what Dr. Vijayam said, it's not necessarily restricted to your specific subjects, but you can relate it to your life, relate it to the daily life of the child, and how values can be an integral part of each lesson that a teacher takes. So that is very important. And I think once we build up on these values, this is the beginning of anything that the teacher wants. Anything new, anything beautiful is possible only if we learn with hope. And I think value and hope both go hand in hand. And once we talk about value education, hope is one of the biggest and the most powerful value at this moment, because we are all last 7 months in a lockdown, very uncertain times, difficult times. So lending hope to one another, lending empathy to one another would be the key to come out of this. Lastly, I would like to tell my, the respected principals, the panelists, all the office bearers, that value education is the need of the hour, and you are rightfully doing the correct thing by incorporating that into the daily curriculum for the children. We need to tell our teachers that they are the role models. So if they watch their actions or their thoughts, it's very important for us to watch our thoughts, because our thoughts lead to our attitudes. So attitudinal development is important. Our attitudes have to be watched, because those attitudes lead to certain words we use with children. Once the words are watched, then your actions are based on the kind words, on the empathetic words, the meaningful words, the hopeful words that you're using. So your words will lead to your actions. Your thoughtful actions will become a part of habit, not only for you, but for the children. So watching your words will lead to good habits, and habits will surely form our character. And that is when we move towards character development, because once the character development is done, that is what determines our destiny. So it's important for us to start from the beginning, from the grassroots, and work towards building the destiny of the children based on the cornerstone of character development. That's very necessary for all of us. And when we choose hope, if we don't choose hope, we give up then and there. So if we choose hope as one of the most important values for all teachers across the world, if we choose hope, then anything is possible. It is the beginning of a great deal of potential. It's the beginning of a great deal of things that a teacher can do. Without hope, you have nothing, but with hope, you keep everything within your control. So with this, I would like to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity to speak here on this esteemed panel. All teachers, principals, educators, social workers, please stay strong, keep the faith, stay positive, and always keep up the hope in one another, build the hope in one another. Thank you very much. And with hope, we choose to be very, very positive. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Archana ma'am. और अब मैं आमंत्रित करती हूँ हमारे आज के वेबिनार की विशिष्ट अतिथि महोदया आदरणीय सुप्रिया एपी जी को। आप रायपुर की श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु शिक्षण संस्थान द्वारा संचालित दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल धमतरी की प्रिंसिपल हैं। साथ में आप फ्रीलांसिंग पेरेंटिंग और कैरियर सलाहकार भी हैं। आपका शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में 22 वर्षों का अनुभव है। आपने एक कुशल शिक्षक, प्रशासक और उत्कृष्ट परामर्शदाता बनकर शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में अपना अमूल्य योगदान दिया है। आपको फीलिंग माइंड्स द्वारा पेरेंटिंग और कैरियर मार्गदर्शन विशेषज्ञ के रूप में भी प्रमाणित किया गया है। आपने अपना कैरियर छत्तीसगढ़ से बतौर शिक्षक शुरू किया था। Respected Supriya AP ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this invitation. It's really an honor for me to share the platform with all of you. And good evening once again to everyone. And it's this platform is a great privilege for me because we all have one focus. The focus is transformation of the society, and we all have children as the weapon for transformation of the society. So this values, inculcating the values among the children, it is one of the most important aspect through which we can change this, we can attain this one. So I used to remember, I have heard this. I'm trying also these days. I have a passion of gardening. So when I plant a sapling, I used to talk to it with a hope, like every time with a wish. I used to speak to it and then pour water to it. And I'm trying now, really, though that thing is working or not. And I'm hopeful, and I know that it will be working. That hope, when we are imparting that positivity to that sapling, we can give life to it. So this hope, it's not simply a wish, or we teach the children to be hopeful, or we say the children that be hopeful, but we have to tell them, we are telling them that it is not like wishing something, yes, I have to get it, or it's not like that. We have to inculcate it, that value. It is something different, how to be hopeful. And that we as teachers, educationists, principal, teacher trainers, we are teaching, or we are making this happen. How to be hopeful, we are teaching this new generation. And with, like, I remember earlier we used to have academic subjects, and after that we used to struggle where to give this moral science one period per week, at least one period we need to give, how to give it. Somewhere when mathematics teacher says that it's very difficult to complete the course, then we have used to tell them, take out this moral science period and then complete the course of mathematics. But how beautifully madam has explained, Vijayam ma'am has explained how to inculcate value. Moral science doesn't require a period, whereas it is everywhere. And if we can teach our teachers, we can train our teachers how to work on this one, then definitely our goal is not so far. We will be able to attain it so easily. And with this quote, I want to finish this. I'm really hopeful. And it is like, you have brain in your head, foot in your shoes. You can steer your way in whatever way you choose. But the thing is, we require a brain that should be programmed to be hopeful, and which is filled with positivity. And thank you, HEMA Foundation, for giving me this opportunity. And really, the work what you people are doing for this society, it is, I don't have words to praise. And I'm happy that I'm associated, some or the other way, I'm also associated with that. And thank you for making me a part of it. Thank you once again from the core of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Supriya ma'am. और अब हम चलते हैं समापन की ओर, और मैं आमंत्रित करती हूँ हेमा फाउंडेशन की प्रबंध न्यासी आदरणीय श्री महेंद्र जी काबरा को कि वे वेबिनार में पधारे हुए सभी गणमान्य अतिथि गणों का, सभी शिक्षाविदों का एवं सभी जिज्ञासुओं का हृदय के अंतःस्थल से हार्दिक स्वागत करें, आभार व्यक्त करें।
नमस्कार। सर्वप्रथम आप सभी को दीपावली की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं व्यक्त करता हूं। दीपोत्सव का पावन पर्व हम सबके जीवन में हर्षोल्लास और नवी ऊर्जा का दीप प्रकट करे, यह प्रार्थना व्यक्त करता हूं। हमने शुरुआत की, विजयम रवि जी ने दशरथ मांझी जैसे व्यक्तित्व का, और वास्तव में ऐसे व्यक्तित्व ही हमारे आशा के दीपक हैं। आज की हमारे मुख्य अतिथि श्रीमती अर्चना रोड्रिक जी एवं विशिष्ट अतिथि सुप्रिया जी ने बहुत राइटली इन बातों को इंडोर्स किया है कि हाउ टू लिव इज द पर्पस ऑफ द स्कूलिंग, और यही सबसे बड़ी आवश्यकता है और हम सब मिलकर इसका प्रयास करें। हमारी आदरणीय बच्ची सुगंधी रेड्डी ने बहुत ही विषय को उत्साहित रूप से किया है और इससे हमें भी प्रेरणा मिलती है। आप सभी इसी तरह से हिमवच्चू से जुड़े रहिए और इसको आगे बढ़ाएं। इसी का एक निवेदन के साथ आप सभी को धन्यवाद व्यक्त करता हूं। धन्यवाद।
पुनश्च आप सभी का हार्दिक आभार एवं सभी को मेरा प्रणाम। नव जीवन को उद्देश्य बनाकर आरंभ की गई इस महायात्रा की छठी कड़ी के प्रथम पुष्प का विषय है लेट्स स्पार्कल विथ क्लीनिनेस। अरविंदिया, प्लीज शेयर। लेट्स स्पार्कल विथ क्लीनिनेस, जिसे आप सभी के समक्ष लेकर आएंगी डॉक्टर चीनू अग्रवाल। अगले बुधवार 18 नवंबर समय ठीक 5 बजे से। और अब हम आज्ञा लेते हैं इसी मनोभाव के साथ कि भविष्य में भी आप सभी का अपेक्षित सहयोग निरंतर हमें इसी प्रकार मिलता रहेगा। आप सभी स्वस्थ रहें, व्यस्त रहें एवं सदैव मस्त रहें। शुभ संध्या। जय हिंद, जय भारत, वंदे मातरम।
शीतला सस्य श्यामला मातरं वन्दे मातरं। शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे